Hi everyone, welcome to our online or virtual parent information evening for 2021 for students of the Year 10 cohort moving into Year 11. It's obviously due to the COVID restrictions that are in place that we've refrained from holding a large gathering of adults. So essentially we've opted for online and virtual one, and this will be a great opportunity for you to hear about all the information, but obviously having the added value of that you can rewind and record and keep watching and hearing about parts of it. So there'll be lots of information that'll be coming up, particularly for our Year 10 students and obviously for parents as well. So this does give a really good opportunity for you to listen to that and kind of go back and check in with all the information. So look, it is a really crucial time for our Year 10s. It's about making decisions for their future pathways, and that's leading into Year 11 and 12, but it's also got a very exciting time. We have that expectation of stepping up, and they're already part of the senior school, but now they're becoming fully sort of ingrained in that senior school and becoming part of Year 11 and then obviously onto Year 12. So look, some big decisions to be made, but we're there to support you, we're there to work through that, and we'll obviously make those right decisions for our Year 10 group, and I'm happy to obviously talk and support them as we proceed. So for our parent information night for this year, I will move on and explain to you about the process. So at the college, we strive for academic excellence. We have a really successful Year 12s who have gone on and finished and progressed into further opportunities after school. We're really positive in regards to the progress that we've made, and we're really aware of the achievements of each of our students that they've made as well. Our academic excellence is underpinned by our STAR values of success, teamwork, ambition, respect and responsibility, and we expect that certainly our students now moving in from Year 10 and going into Year 11 are really fully aware of what's expected of them at that senior end of the school, and using those values to build and to achieve high academic excellence, which, as I say, we've significantly progressed over the past few years with excellent results at our Year 12 level. So to allow that to happen, the people sort of make it work behind the scenes. We've got the senior leadership team. So within that team, it's got myself who leads that team, Alan Devine. We've got Mr. Nguyen, he's the senior team manager, and he looks after and works with the team leaders. And you've probably met Mr. Taylor and Mr. Hartley before, or had some sort of contact with them. They are the team leaders for Year 10, and they're the kind of people that you would check in with fairly regularly. We've got Mr. Spiteri and Mr. Paolo. They're our Year 11 team leaders. They obviously look after the Year 11 cohort, or this year's Year 11 cohort. We've got Mr. Belinak, and he looks after the Year 12 cohort this year as well. Supported by that, we've got the head of years. So we've got Miss James, she's Year 10, and she'll talk a bit more later on in this presentation. We've got Miss Stevens, who's going to be talking a bit more as well. She also looks after Year 11, and she'll be welcoming our Year 10 cohort into Year 11 for next year. And we've got Mr. Kershaw, he's part of the Year 12 team, and he's the head of year of Year 12 as well. So that essentially makes up our senior leaders team. Within there, we've also got the Pathways team. The Pathways team really support students, or your students, to make those right decisions about opportunities and what make them achieve the goals that they want to get from being at school, and then obviously leaving school and moving on to further education or further employment. So within that team, we've got Miss Galea. Many of you may have had some involvement with her, particularly around the VET programme. We've got Miss Hassan as well, regularly meeting with students and ensuring that they're on the right pathways and supporting them as they move along. And we've got Miss Younger, who supports the team and ensuring that our students are comfortable and on track to achieve their goals. And again, as I said, part of that team, which kind of overlaps, we've got Miss James, Miss Stevens, and we've got Mr. Kershaw, who together support the children to make those right decisions and move forward. So within that sort of team, after that, we've got our expert teachers. So our expert teachers, the teachers that will be through this process, and it's going to be a bit of a process over the next few weeks. regarding about making the right subject selection for next year. So these are the experts here. They're obviously experts in their own curriculum areas, and within each curriculum area they've got other subjects. They'll be the teachers that will be able there to share out the right information and guide and ask questions to support your child to make those right decisions and select the right pathway for them as they move into year 11. So you'll hear more from them as well. That's my part now finished. So I'm going to pass over to Miss James, and she will go through the rest of the presentation. And as I say, I hope this process is really informative, and it really does have that added advantage that you can take this away and you can keep looking over it and picking up information that you need to make those right decisions. So thanks everyone. Thank you very much. I will pass on to Miss James. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Danielle James. I'm the head of Year 10, and I'm going to talk about preparation for parents and for students about course counselling moving into Year 11. So what should students do now? So you'll be shown very shortly where some videos that have been created by some of our expert teachers at Melton Secondary College are, and those videos will go through the subjects that are on offer in Year 11 2021. In addition to this, you'll also be shown where the senior subject handbook is on campus through the school website. So in here, you'll be able to get all of your details, including prerequisites and what pathways each subject can lead you into. You'll also be given in your study skills class a subject supermarket booklet. This booklet is for you to record any important information about the subjects while you're watching the videos, and also to record questions which you can ask on Monday at the subject supermarket. On Monday, you'll be able to go around and speak to all of these expert teachers who will be able to hopefully answer all of your questions or point you in the right direction to get those answers. It is really important that after watching some videos today that you take this presentation home and watch it with your parents, and also show the videos of the subjects that you want to do to your parents so that you can have a really good conversation about where to next and which subjects will best help you to get to the pathway that you want when you leave secondary education. So parents, how can you support your students? What you can do is have a conversation with the students, talk about their pathways, help them gather some information, organise appointments for careers counselling if that's what they require through the school, and then support them by coming along to the course counselling day, which is in Term 3, Semester 2, Week 2, and booking will be up on campus as of week 11 of this term. So you'll be able to book in and speak with one of those expert teachers and have a 20-minute appointment to talk about your student's pathway and talk about what subjects will be best to help them get there. So it's really important to support them just by talking and just by listening. Course counselling day is on Thursday the 23rd of July, so that's term 3, week 2. You'll be able to book on campus this term, and you'll be able to have a look for our counsellors and then our VCAL specialist counsellors. It's really important that if your student is looking at doing a VCAL pathway next year, that you book in and speak to a VCAL specialist counsellor. So there should be a little label there if it's not very clear. Have a chat to someone in the team and we'll be able to point you in the right directions. So appointments between 12 and 7 p.m. And what to bring along with you. The semester report we'll have access to, so you don't need to print out a version of that, but we will have a talk through that and have a chat about how your student has gone through their assessment tasks for semester 1, what their reports, what their exam marks were like, etc. when we're starting to look at some really more academic subjects. It's really important if your student has completed any careers investigations. So these are things that they would have completed in study skills or careers or just through their own research, bring those along to show their preparation for their course counselling. The subject preferences page they'll need to bring in, and also the subject supermarket booklet, which has all the questions answered and all the information about the subjects that they've chosen as well. And also one parent and the student, just to allow this year, particularly for social distancing. If you need a video appointment, please get in contact, and we will arrange that also. So what to wear for students: smart casual dress as you're going for a job interview, or come in your school uniform. We're going to expect that you've come prepared for the day. So that is with all of your information, with evidence of your pathway moving forward. The more prepared you are, the better it will look moving forward. So make sure that you've got all of your information, that you've got all those questions answered at the subject supermarket, so you come in really confident, ready to select your preferences with the within the lines and blocking, which we'll talk more about next semester. So after course counselling, so you'll put in some preferences on Monday after the subject supermarket. From those preferences, what we will do is create subject blocks or subject lines, and then at course counselling, you'll be selecting subjects within those blockings. So unfortunately, due to timetabling, there will be some restrictions. Not all subjects will run, but we will try our very best to meet the needs of our students. And on course counselling, we will put in those preferences. After that, there may be some recounselling necessary during semester 2, particularly if you're not meeting the minimum expectations for your chosen course. At the end of this presentation, I will talk more about the minimum expectations that you will need to meet in order to go into VCE, into VCAL Intermediate or VCAL Foundation. Caitlin Stevens will now talk about the Victorian Certificate of Education, and I will be back shortly.
Hello, my name's Caitlin Stevens. I'm the head of Year 11 at Melton Secondary College this year, and I'm going to be talking you through the Victorian Certificate of Education. So the VC provides pathways into further study at university or TAFE, can lead into an apprenticeship or into employment. At Year 11, students choose 6 subjects. Each subject is 2 semesters in length. Unit 1 refers to semester 1 and Unit 2 refers to semester 2. Students should finish Year 11 with 12 units of study. And then at Year 12, students choose 5 subjects and they should end up with 10 units. Unit 3-4 studies are delivered as a sequence across the year. Students must achieve a minimum of 16 satisfactory units to get their VCE certificate. Some students have already begun a VCE subject in Year 10, so they will potentially finish with a 6th Year 12 unit and an extra score towards their ATAR, which is for university entrance. As long as your results are strong in your current Year 11 subject, you will no doubt consider the Year 12 component next year. So to attain a VC certificate, you must gain satisfactory grades in at least 16 units. 3 of these units must be an English subject, and you must have 4 Unit 3-4 sequences, which include English. To pass a unit of study, students need to complete SACs and SATs, and they must meet the school's attendance requirement. Also, as part of the VCE, students are required to sit exams, both in and outside of school time. Some of these exams will be practice, and others will count to the final study score. Study scores contribute to ATAR scores, which are the tertiary entrance scores. We expect academic excellence from all of our VCE students. As part of this academic excellence expectation, we would expect that VCE students spend at least 10 to 15 hours per week doing home studies. So that could be revision, reading, creating summary notes, spending time with Q&A with the teacher. Some of the subjects that we have on offer at VCE are English or EAL, and you should ask your English teacher which one would suit you best. We also offer English literature as an additional English unit for those who are keen. We have mathematics subjects, we have general maths, and we have maths methods. Maths methods is for students who are interested in challenging maths and have completed extension maths. We have science subjects, including physics, chemistry, biology, environmental science, and psychology. Any student wishing to study a VC science subject needs to have passed a Year 10 science elective or Year 10 mathematics. We have humanities subjects like history, economics, business management, legal studies, and philosophy. We have health and PE, so included in that is PE, health and human development, and outdoor education. Students who were wanting to do outdoor education should have already started Unit 1 and 2 in Year 10. We have LOTE on offer for German and Japanese, but this is only for students who are continuing Japanese from Year 10 studies. We have art subjects, including media, music, studio art, and studio art photography. We have technology, so there's product design in woodwork or textiles. There's food studies, systems engineering, applied computing, and software development on offer. Because art and technology subjects have a heavy workload of folios, we ask that students choose no more than 2 subjects from these areas. So our entrance requirements for VCE is that our Year 10 students must pass 5 out of 6 of their Semester 2 subjects. We will be looking at the Semester 1 reports, but as a guide because of the remote learning situation we've just come out of. The GPA scores from progress reports will also be considered when we're looking at passes for subjects. Year 10 Semester 2 exam results should be satisfactory, and attendance should be above 95%. If you're concerned about not meeting any of the above requirements for VCE and you really would like to be part of the VCE program next year, please come and see someone at the senior sub school so that we can help you work towards these requirements. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Antonia Chrysostomou. I'm the VCAL coordinator at Melton Secondary College. So the following slides I'll be going through with you all will discuss the program, what is expected of students, and the subjects that they partake in over the next 2 years. So firstly, what is VCAL? So VCAL stands for the Victorian Certificate of Applied Learning. It's an alternate pathway which is designed for students who want to do a trade, apprenticeships, or TAFE once they finish Year 12. So it's a more hands-on approach to students' learning. So the VCAL basics. So at Melton Secondary College, we offer 3 certificate levels for the students, foundation, intermediate, senior. So at Year 11, students can either be enrolled into foundation or intermediate. And at Year 12, we also offer intermediate and senior. So student placement in the certificate is determined by their previous results and data. So that we take into consideration your semester reports and your progress reports and how you're tracking throughout the year. So students are expected to be working 5 days a week at either school, vet, or work placement. So these are the subjects that students who are enrolled into the program do over the next 2 years. So firstly, they do numeracy. So that's their maths classes. If students are enrolled into the intermediate program, they complete VCE Foundation Maths. The only thing that they don't do is the exam. So they complete all the outcomes that are part of the study design. They also do literacy, which is their English classes. We have personal development skills, which is basically your teachers getting you ready for the workforce. So that's collaboration, joining in groups, giving back to the community. So most of the fundraisers and activities that happen at the school, the VCAL students actually create and run. We also have our industry-specific skills, so our vets. So it's really important that if you would like to be a part of this program, you enroll yourself in a vet, because that's how you gain your certificates. So at These are some of the options that you can enroll into. I'm sure Ms. Galea will talk about more options for you guys later on. So we have allied health. At Melton Secondary College, we have sport and rec and hairdressing. There's also engineering, early childhood, and for the first time next year, Melton Secondary College is also running a VET music performance program. So students also get to choose 2 electives, which are VCE subjects as well. Just to reiterate, because it's a VCE subject, students don't sit the exams, but they can complete the components in the study design. So the options that we can choose from, or you guys can choose from, is outdoor education, food studies, product design and technology. So you have wood tech. You then have product design and technology, textiles. And for the first time next year, we are offering systems and engineering, and also ceramics for the first time. So just to note, ceramics is only a VCAL subject students can choose. It is not offered in the VCE program next year. So curriculum should be student-centered and where possible revolve around practical knowledge and skills. So student development. So the curriculum of the VCAL program focuses on students connecting and engaging with the school and the wider community. As a VCAL teacher myself, we're getting you ready for the workforce, and we need you to be able to communicate with people, problem solve, work in groups, work with people you may not like but have to tolerate. Students will also develop leadership, communication and interpersonal skills as a result of this program. So within our classrooms, we treat you like you're in a workplace. If there's an issue arising, we work it out together as a team. So in order to get into VCAL, students must do the following, go through the following steps, so to speak. So firstly, students must attend course counselling with their parent and bring the required documentation. So to enter the foundation program next year, students are expected to have passed 3 subjects in semester 2, one of which must be English. For entrance into the intermediate program, students are expected to have passed 4 subjects in semester 2, which must include maths and English. Students are also expected to have met minimum attendance requirements for the school, which is 95%, because for all of the units that you complete next year in the VCAL program, you have to clock up about 100 hours for each. And lastly, you have to receive a recommendation from one of your current subject teachers. So these are just some images from the PDS projects that the students do. So we had Red Day on last year with the Year 12 students, where they went into the primary school next and also in Year 7 classes, and they were raising awareness about homelessness and how it's on the rise at the moment. We also had our vet salon students doing makeovers on homeless people, and we were also helping them create resumes and cover letters so they can go out into the workforce. And then 2 years ago, our Year 11 intermediate students for the RSPCA, they decided to make some toys for dogs, and then we donated it. So that's all from me. I'll hand you over to Joanne, but I'll see you guys soon at course counselling. Thanks.
Welcome students to the presentation on vocational education and training, better known as VET. I'm Joanne Galea. I work in the careers room at Melton Secondary College, and I am also the VET coordinator. Okay, here you can see some photos that were taken from one of the VET programs that are offered at Melton Secondary College, VET Salon Assistant. The salon is purposely built to give you skills that are required to pursue a pathway in being a hairdresser. And we've also got a student shown here in the photo. That's Jacob, one of the projects he completed in vet engineering. Okay, so what is VET? Okay, as I mentioned, it's vocational education and training. It's a course that's undertaken at Year 11 as part of the VCAL studies. It's a 2-year program that we can run at school, or some students can go to a TAFE and they will gain nationally recognised qualifications at Certificate 2 or Certificate 3 level. Some students may have started VET at Year 10. The option is for those students to continue the same program and do Year 2, or if you have a change of heart, you can start a new VET program in Year 11. So VET is compulsory for all VCAL students, And VCE students can choose to do vet only if they're going to complete the second year of a program that they commenced in year 10. All right, so why study vet? Well, hopefully you've had a chance to speak to some friends that have been involved in vet courses. It gives you practical skills, that gives you the necessary knowledge to pursue pathways into further training, start an apprenticeship, traineeship or employment. VCAL students at year 11 complete structured work placement for 5 days related to their vet study. At Melton Secondary College, as I discussed earlier in the first slide, we have 3 programs that are available to students: sport and recreation, salon assistant, and new to 2021, music industry, music performance. Other vets can be completed at different schools around the Melton area. You can see from the list the range is quite varied, and all details will be found in the Vet Student Handbook. There should be a new edition for 2021 available in Term 3. So all the details about where the courses are run, the times and the units that would be completed, including pathways after completing the vet studies, are all located in this handbook. Most vet classes are held Wednesdays, so it's a day that you would not necessarily attend Melton Secondary College if your vet training is at another campus. Some vets could be held also Tuesday, Thursday afternoon. The expectation is you would come to school in the morning, Tuesday or Thursday, and then travel to your vet venue. So we have classes that are held at Staunton, Kurrajong, CRC, Melton Specialist School, AGA Deer Park, VU Sunshine, Docklands, the Kangan campus. So for more details about where vet courses are held are in the Vet Handbook. You will receive progress reports every term, and even though you're going to another venue, you will have your attendance monitored regularly by staff in the careers room, and home will be notified if you are absent. All right, here's a guide to understand the cost of studying a vet program. I don't have the 2021 list, but as a guide, and I don't think there'd be too much variation, the fees that are on your screen are to complete just 1 year of the program. When you do the second year of your course, fees have to be paid again before the start of the school year. So as I mentioned before, all vet programs run over 2 years. So you pay fees for year 1 and then fees for year 2. The fees do include a vet polo t-shirt with the logo. You also have a polo to wear for winter. Many of the courses also include first aid training, white card if you're going into the construction trades, and all materials and learning booklets are also supplied and are also part of the course. And as you can see on the bottom of that slide, exactly what I just said, your fees in your first year include the vet uniform. In the second year, it is assumed that you will still be able to wear the same uniform. Hopefully there's no need to purchase new items. If you're going into the trades, then you have to purchase your own safety boots and work pants. If you're in salon assistant, well, you need to have suitable work pants and shoes that are more appropriate for that industry. All right, the thing to remember now is that vet courses are very popular. So enrolments open on the 13th of August, sorry, I beg your pardon, on the 3rd of August up until the 14th of August. This gives principals an indication of which classes have got sufficient numbers to run. Where classes are low, they may not run and therefore will be cancelled. So if you have a real keen passion for a vet course, you need to pay your deposit within that 2-week period, so we know for staffing the classes will run. Also, some classes are very popular, and if you do not pay within that 2-week period, you'll find yourself on a waiting list, and that position may not change for the rest of the year. You might miss out even when school resumes in 2021. The classes are still popular and you've missed out. So to apply for VET, it's a $100 deposit. There's an application form that you can collect from the careers room. You need to apply for what's called a USI number. The careers team are happy to help you apply for that special number. All we need is a copy of a Medicare card with your name on it. So as I said, places are limited, early deposit is advised, and then full fees have to be paid by the 9th of October this year. Payment plans are available, but that needs to be discussed with the office staff as soon as a deposit is paid. So that way your family's got plenty of time to pay for the fees for the VET programs. So if you have any further questions about VET, make sure you collect a VET handbook and also come and speak to Maria or myself, Joanne Galea, in the careers room for additional information that you require. All right, all the best. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Danielle James back again to talk about the summary of requirements for your chosen pathway in Year 11. So now that you know a little bit about VCE, VCAL and VET courses that we offer, I'm going to talk about what our minimum requirements are for you to progress into Year 11. Minimum standards. So for VCAL Foundation, in semester 2, you must pass 3 out of your 6 subjects. This does not include Star Connect and study skills. To gain entry to VCAL Intermediate, you'll need to pass at least 4 of those subjects, and that must include English and maths, whereas VCAL Foundation, it was just English that you needed to pass. For VCE Year 11, you need to pass 5 of your 6 Year 10 subjects, and that needs to include English, okay? So you need to talk particularly to your English and your maths teachers about what the minimum standards are for their subject. Make sure that you are passing all of your assessment tasks, making sure that you are coming to class ready to learn with all of your equipment and showing your teachers that you are there to learn and showing them that you are ready for that big step into Year 11 next year. So what help is available for students to meet requirements? We know it's challenging. We know that people are going to have difficulties. So here are some of the things that we have on offer to help you meet the minimum requirements. Monday and Wednesday afternoon homework club will be on during semester 2. Study hall, if you just miss out on getting a satisfactory on one of your assessments, go to study hall and you can speak with your teacher, and then you can hopefully learn enough to then pass your assessment, okay? You can also request additional work to meet the outcomes of the subject, although that is at the discretion of the teacher. Study skills sessions each week are there to support you develop your study skills and positive work habits as well. So we'll also be doing some goal setting and study skills, particularly around your grade point average, which has to do with your learning behaviours. So your progress reports, I think your next one will be out in about week 4 or week 5. Your progress reports are a big indicator to us whether you are heading the right way to meeting the expectations that we have of you. So it is really, really important if your GPA is not up at a 3.5 or higher, that you're really starting to knuckle down and speak with your teachers about how to get some higher marks and what you need to do in their subject to get the assessment task done and to get your grade point average up. So team leaders will also be setting some goals for identified students. So if we think that you really do need some support, we're going to be getting in touch and we're going to be setting goals for you and speaking to your parents about how we're going to be able to lift you up to make sure that you meet the minimum standards for your chosen course in Year 11. The wellbeing team as well, if you have some things going on and you need to chat with them about anything, request a meeting, speak to your Star Connect teacher, speak to your study skills teacher, and get in touch if you need some support in that area. The careers team as well are doing a lot of course counselling at the moment. So if you need to go and see Ms. Galea and Maria in the careers team, please make sure that you touch base with them. Their office is in the library and they're happy to fit you in to chat about your chosen pathway and which of the options, be it VC or be it VCAL, will get you to where you need to be. They're really knowledgeable. They have a lot of resources. Make sure you seek them out. So what if you don't meet the minimum standards? So the options if you don't meet these minimum standards is that you'll repeat year 10 and you have another go at it, and then you try and meet those minimum standards again. Otherwise, we'll start talking to you about transitioning into an alternative pathway. So we'll set up some careers counselling for you, and see what other options you have on the table that won't be a year 11 option. So we can always talk to you about that. But our first prerogative is making sure that we're supporting you to get those minimum standards. So please reach out if you're concerned. Please reach out if you're not sure if you're going to meet those standards early enough, that we can help and support you to really get there. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, please seek someone out in the team, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions.